Welcome back to the Wandering Broker. Today's topic is investor cash flow programs. Investor cash flow programs. What the heck is that?
Well, we're back here. We have not forgotten our investors. We've been working on our buyers that are focusing on purchasing their home for their primary residence, residing in it. But today, we're excited. We're all about our investors. You should be excited too, Jose.
Yes, I
being
am.
an investor
I'm
yourself.
all ears. I'm all ears.
Yes, and all of our investors know that this has been a different market. Some of the opportunities that we had to scoop up properties may have been different during the COVID period and even after now, and with everything going on, inflation and all those things. So how do we get back to doing what we do with our investors, right?
Yes.
So we currently have an awesome program, whereas the Investor Cash Flow Program, it is just that. You're able to obtain an investment property based on the cash flow of that property. That means the cash flow of that property qualifies you to make that deal happen without no personal income being verified, without your employment being verified, no tax returns.
Wait a minute. Nah.
Yes, we are back, right?
Okay. Talk to me about that.
Yes. Now, again, investors, not first-time home buyers. This is not anyone.
So what qualifies you? What are the qualifiers?
You have to already own your primary residence.
That's it.
We're going to keep going.
Okay.
You have to already own a primary residence, okay? And that will show up when we check your history of property records, maybe your credit report, but you must already own a primary residence that you're residing in, all right?
Mm-hmm.
The next thing is you must have a minimum credit score of a 680. So we have to come out with strong credit. We're ready to play. We're not building our credit. We're not working on getting it to where it needs to be. We need a minimum of 680. There are benefits to having a 700, and we'll talk about that as well,
Understood.
okay? You have to be ready to go with your 25% down, plus your closing costs, and six months reserves of your mortgage payment, your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance.
One more time. 25% down.
Down, plus your closing costs, and 6
months.
months mortgage payments set aside. Do not need to use it, but it's called reserves.
And
it
on
is
average,
available.
closing cost, ranges from 3% to 6%?
It all depends on the purchase price of the property, right?
Fair.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct. So that right there tells us we don't have any down payment assistance programs for this. This is all your cash and your hard-earned funds and credit ready to go, right? You got to pay to play.
Okay.
Especially as an investor, right?
All right.
Okay. So we have our credit, we have our income as far as purchasing it, right?
So really, if I own my primary residence, but do not own any investment properties, but want to get into the game, I will still qualify. As long as I meet this other criteria.
Yes. Yes.
Now, how long, the 6 months, how long have they had to be cured?
Okay. So what we need to do to verify your down payment, closing costs, and 6 months reserves is one 30-day bank statement. That's great. That's great. So 1 month's bank statements.
And I want to be clear, right? Because there's a lot of investors, there's a lot of us that, we like to play the game. So
Yes.
is that down payment has to be sourced? I mean, not the down payment, the 6 months.
Yes, we have to show a 30-day statement showing that you had those 6 months reserves available. You didn't just acquire those funds within 30 days, right? And 30 days is not a long time. No. I'm excited. I think this is amazing, right? Uh-huh. In addition to that, let's go into it a little deeper. What type of property can you purchase with this? It cannot be a fixer-upper. Okay, it has to be a property that passes an appraisal. It can be a 1 to 4 unit property, which is even more exciting, right? Now, the one major requirement of this program, outside of your minimum 680 credit score, because there is no debt to income, we're not reviewing your income, we're not reviewing your employment, right? We're not looking at your tax returns, your W-2s, your 1099s, we're not doing any of that. What we are solely looking for is that when the appraisal is completed on the property that you're purchasing, and the appraisal determines the value.
Yes,
It's
sir.
not a home inspection, right? But the appraisal does inspect the property for any major repairs. It determines the value based on comps in the area and so forth. The potential rent of that property must equal at least the new mortgage amount. So say, for instance, the mortgage for purchasing this investment property is going to be $2,000 a month. Well, when the appraisal comes back, it must show that the property has a rent potential of $2,000. If it does not have a rent potential of $2,000 to cover the full mortgage, the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, the only way that we can continue to move forward in this program is if you have no less than a 700 mid-FICO score. If the rent does not cover the full mortgage, we cannot move forward. That is the deal. That is what it takes to do this program, because it's amazing. The only way around that, say for instance the rent potential comes back a little lower than what the mortgage is supposed to be, then if you have a 700 mid-FICO, we'll keep moving. If you do not have a 700 mid-FICO, we have to stop the show.
So that's the only time the 700 come into play.
Yes.
If we get ourselves in that jam.
Yes.
Fair.
The true minimum requirement is 680. The 700 covers you just in case the rent potential of your investment
This is
property
interesting.
doesn't cover the mortgage. I think it's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold it in,
Yeah,
but I'm just,
that's what's up.
you know?
That's what's up. So, man, if people just want more information, Marquise, if they want more information, which I know there's going to be a
I
lot
think
of
they
people
should.
knocking
Yes.
on that door, how can they get a hold of you, Marquisa Edmond?
Go to marquisaedmond.com, and you can also reach me at 302-824-8587.
And if you want to work with agents who specialize in working with investors, feel free to call our office, 302-313-1600. We have over 25 agents who specialize in working with investors. So, because the majority of them are investors themselves. So, once again, 302-313-1600. See you guys next time.